Hello, my name is Allison, and in this next 20-minute flow, you will need 2 blocks placed at the top of your mat to begin, and just 20 minutes and a want to reground, recenter, and reconnect with your breath. And a great part is that we're going to have a lot of opening, maybe getting a little bit into those hips. Enjoy. Namaste. Today we'll begin practice together in Tadasana. Rooting into the feet, grounding here to really arrive at the mat. Maybe closing the eyes here, broadening the collarbone, tucking the tailbone, and rooting into the feet. Quads are slightly active here. Maybe you can inhale to lift all 10 toes. And then on the exhale, slowly lowering each toe one by one. And then on your next inhale, breathe in through your nose, filling up the belly. Exhale, let it out. Next breath, inhale in through your nose, fill up the belly. Expand your ribs to the side. Take one more sip of air into the chest. And then exhale from the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Letting it all go. One more breath on your own. Eyes closed, inhaling into the belly. Filling the ribs. Filling the chest. And then exhaling it all out. As you gently begin to open your eyes, just begin to sway side to side here. Just moving the arms, giving the spine a little bit of some twist here, some rotation. And then when you're ready, we'll do 2 half sun salutations. So grounding through the feet, we'll inhale, arms lengthen up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinging at the hips, hands can come through heart center. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, navel into spine, shoulders down your back, tucking those ribs in. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, come on up, whatever way serves you. Exhale, hands come to heart center. One more time. Rooting through the feet, inhale, arms come out and up, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, and then inhale, come back up. Tadasana. Collarbones are broadening, shoulders are moving away from the ears. We're standing here balanced and about to create opening and heat. Together we'll flow with our breath to our movement. So exhaling here, grounding through the feet. Inhale, arms come up and out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders come down your back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, plank pose. We're really pressing through our heels and then pressing our hands into the mat, doming our shoulders towards the ceiling or the sky. Really rooting into the meaty knuckles on the base of our hands. Slight tuck of the tailbone here, so strong in this plank. Gaze is right in between the thumbs. Keep the integrity of the cervical spine. Inhale, shifting your shoulders past your wrists. Lower your knees down to the mat, tucking the tailbone here. One line straight from the knees to the tailbone, tailbone out through the crown of the head. And then exhale, bending the elbows 90 degrees, brushing against the lower ribs. Lower the chest down to the mat. Hands press beside the breastbones, tops of the feet plant into the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower the head. One more time, inhale, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, bringing those elbows in towards the midline of the body and the shoulders away from the ears as you open up the chest. And then exhale, planting the hands, tuck the toes, shift back to a tabletop, and lift your hips up and back, downward dog. Great job. Maybe walk out your down dog here, and then slowly walk the feet up towards the hands, bending through the feet, coming on up. Arms reach out, up, gazing at the fingertips. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Flowing again, getting into the hips here, into our lunges. Inhale, arms come out and up. Lengthening through the spine, maybe a little minor back bend here to open up that front body. Exhale, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step the right foot back. Go ahead and grab your blocks here and bring them underneath the shoulders. Plant the right knee down and come into side low lunge. Now inhale, lifting the shoulders over the hips, maybe bringing the blocks back. Feel this nice stretch in the right hip flexor and breathe here. Few breaths. Inhaling, opening up the chest, bringing the shoulders away from the ears, setting them away down the back. And then exhale, sinking deeper into this right hip while you're pulling the left hip back. And then exhale, shift the hips back, and now pull this left heel back as if you're dragging your left heel towards the back of the mat. Inhale, opening up the chest, feeling that nice opening. Half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. And then on an inhale, come back up to that modified low lunge, opening up the chest, again sending the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, take it with your own flow, your own breath here from half splits on an exhale to an inhale, modified low lunge. One more round here with your own breath. And then we'll meet in this modified low lunge. Go ahead and move your blocks to the side, plant your hands to frame that left foot, and step the left foot back to meet the right, plank pose. So strong here. Send the hips up and back on an exhale, downward dog. Slowly walk those feet up to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back. Bring that right foot forward, step the left foot back. And now you can bring the blocks underneath the shoulders as we lower that left knee down. And then inhaling, bringing our shoulders over the hips, maybe bringing those blocks back with us. And then opening up our chest, sending our right hip back. And then sinking deep into this left hip to feel that nice stretch in the left hip flexor. So inhaling, opening up the chest, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, sinking deeper into that hip, bringing that right hip back. Inhaling here. On your next exhale, shift the hips back, straighten that right leg, and then flex the right foot, dragging that right heel towards the back of the mat. Bringing that right hip back with you, feeling the right hamstring and IT band turn on. This is where you'll be exhaling in this half splits, and then inhale, come on up into a flow with your own breath. Modified low lunge, opening up the chest. Exhale, half splits. 2 more times on your own with your own breath. Inhale, modified low lunge. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And next time that you're in that modified low lunge, go ahead and move the blocks off to the side, frame that right foot, lift that left knee, and send the right foot back, meeting yourself in this plank pose. Inhale here, pressing yourself or your hands into the mat, doming the shoulders up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, send those hips up and back. Downward dog. Walk the hands or the feet up towards the hands. And then take the feet mat width apart. Bending at those knees, go ahead and interlace the palms right behind the back. Inhale, lengthening the arms up towards the ceiling or the sky, and really get the heel of the palms together. And then squeezing that pencil in between the shoulder blades, bending at the knees, forward fold. Inhale, pressing the hands and the fingers towards the front of your mat. Exhale, bend a little bit deeper. Feeling this nice opening in the chest. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Really letting the neck go. Now slowly bring the arms back towards the back of the pelvis. And then remove that interlace from the fingers and let the hands drop underneath the face. Now slowly to get into those hips, we're going to move the hips from side to side, coming into a yogi squat or malasana. So if for any reason you're like, this is not happening for me, we can use a block and place it underneath our pelvis. Just as long as the hands come to heart center and you can press the hands together in towards the heart so that we're sending the elbows into the inner thighs, opening up these hips. And I'm going to remove the block so I can come into my fullest expression here. Once we're in this malasana, it's so good to counteract all of the sitting at the desk, all of even the bending forward that we do sometimes, maybe with little kids or pets or laboring, whatever you do. Tuck the tailbone and send it towards the mat, maybe shifting a little bit of weight into the heels. Again, bringing the palms or the thumbs closer towards the sternum to feel the elbows pressing into the inner thighs. One more breath. On your next inhale, bring those arms out to counterbalance the weight that you'll need to shift back onto your seat, onto the mat. Whew. Try to come a little bit more gracefully than me. And if you had the block, just gracefully move the props off to the side, and we will come to our seat now. So moving out that bottom flesh, straighten the legs. I like to have a little space in between the legs here to give me more room to stretch. And also takes a little bit of tension out of the hamstrings. So we're gonna lengthen out, tailbone through the crown of the head. And then like you are lowering yourself like a flat board, come as a straight line, shoulders away from the ears, and then right when you feel like you can't come down any longer, like you're going to curl in the spine, drop the hands and then round the head and the neck. Breathe here. Seeing if for this last breath you can send it to the lower back, maybe crawling the fingertips up. One more breath. Slowly walking the fingertips back, bring the pelvis towards the center of the mat, and then planting the feet in, slowly vertebra by vertebra, roll your spine down towards the mat. Bring the knees in close to the chest. Give them a little squeeze. Pressing down into the mat, bring your hips up and to the right, about 2 or 3 inches. Squeezing the knees in and then lowering the knees over to the left. Arms can come out to a T or a cactus. And gaze can come over the right shoulder. Feeling this nice spinal twist. And then inhaling the legs, come back to center, planting the feet, shifting the hips all the way over to the left now. And then inhaling the knees into the chest. Exhaling the knees over to the right. And then opening up to look over that left shoulder. Maybe you can close your eyes here to turn inward as we cool down. One more breath. And then slowly bring the knees back towards center, maybe planting the feet to bring the pelvis to neutral. And then planting the hands right beside the body. Press down into the palms. Inhale, lift the hips and the pelvis up towards the ceiling for bridge pose. Maybe you can bring the arms and the shoulders underneath the torso, interlacing the fingertips to press even more into the feet and into the forearms to open up that front body. Tucking the tailbone, sending it towards the bottom of the mat. One more breath. And then on an exhale, removing that interlace, bringing the heels up and slowly lowering vertebra by vertebra. Extending one leg out at a time and coming into your much deserved, short but sweet Shavasana. Letting go of the breath, letting go of any effort just for this next moment, letting your practice sink in. If you need any extra time in this pose of Shavasana, please feel free to stay here. If you'd like to move on with your day, feel free to start moving the fingertips and the toes, maybe reaching the arms long like it's the first stretch of the morning, and then coming into your favorite side in the fetal position. Maybe letting your head rest on an arm or a hand, just as your last show of self-care and self-love to yourself during this practice. And then finding your breath and feeling the openness in your body. Press into your mat, coming up into a comfortable seated position. Maybe scooping out that bottom flush again. Bringing the hands to heart center, thumbs to the sternum. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling out of the mouth. Sitting for a moment, feeling the openness in the body. Thanking yourself for taking just a short amount of time to really connect with your breath and hopefully enrich the rest of your day. Until we meet again, namaste.